Alright, back with more of the council, or as I say, I fuck up everything. We're starting episode 3 now, rather. As in literally starting, as soon as it started I went to the menu to pause, so...
Is that Sarah had indeed
we
changed.
shall see.
In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
You must leave me alone now.
That is
I
a
have
good
agreed
question.
to everything, even to...
But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
I hope that your search will prove successful and bring Sarah back to us soon.
I'll be leaving now because whatever it is you're up to, I do not want to know.
Since then,
Well
we have
then.
become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough. The woman with two faces.
Everyone seems to be a
Okay,
little
but-
unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
Oh good, I get to do more reading. When in questioning... equipped because it's not complete yet. So Santa Cultism erudition. Don't really care for that, but if I can. Okay, so let's see. Etiquette, linguistics, science questioning, occultism. I get a lot in linguistics. Wow. It was erudition. Culture, background, arts, history. Well, I think yeah. Linguistics, etiquette. Oh, that's a second in linguistics. Linguistics, etiquette, and oh yeah, I'm pretty good in questioning. I think. Yeah, I'm not gonna get near that off of it. And I think I'll go with science. Sure. That would seem to make sense. Because I haven't really touched on it. For a second I thought there was a second dead person over there.
Louis? Louis, the conference is about to start any minute. This is not the time to be... Damn it.
Yeah, Mr.
What's
Washington.
going on?
Yeah, George.
I don't know exactly, Mr. President. I was looking for my mother and I came upon this body.
My God. You don't think Sarah did it, do you?
Wait, does...
Mr. President, you really shouldn't get involved. Please be on your way. I'll take care of this. You didn't come this way and you didn't see anything.
You're right, it's for the best. If Sarah did that, I don't know what kind of hornet's nest she's kicked open.
Yeah.
But I do wish you luck, my friend. Oh, darn, the conference is starting. Time is of the essence. Sort this out and join us as quickly as you can in the conference room. Everyone will be expecting you.
Yes,
Mr.
yes, I
President,
know.
this is not really the right time, and I didn't come for that.
Your mother's seat cannot remain vacant. You must replace her while she's still missing. Your mother and I were to support Mortimer on this project. I don't know what the subject is, but the future of our countries depends on it. Given the importance of all this to Mortimer, he won't let the conference begin without you. So if you don't want more servants coming looking for you, I'd advise you to join us quickly and to put a brave face on it. The
Well,
best
he's
favor
not
you
wrong.
can do for yourself, Louis, and for Sarah, is to come and support Mortimer's project at the conference.
Don't worry. You can count on me, Mr.
Alright.
President. I shall help you with Mortimer's project as soon as I've finished up here.
Good, Louis. Sarah would be proud of you.
Well, apparently
I'll
Sarah
stall
just
them
killed
while you're on
a
your
couple
way,
people,
but
so,
make haste.
you know.
I'm going. Don't be long.
Tell them that I'm on my way.
What was this? I thought I already had established some of his weaknesses and stuff. What if this is timed?
Leftover food. An old blank leftover food. Ugh, not exactly fresh. Must have been here for a while. Someone's made a fire here. And the ashes are still warm.
Well,
If you're the one who did it, Mother, it couldn't have been easy with only one hand.
oh yeah,
Must have just missed her.
forgot about the
If
one
only I
hand
hadn't
thing.
wasted so much
I
time
don't know
getting
why
out of
she
Lord
only
Mortimer's
has one
study.
hand though. Like, do
Oh, he's dead. What the hell's been going on here? Somebody smashed in the back of his head with something. He slowly bled to death. But that isn't what killed him. They broke his neck.
after this I
See
should
what
probably go
secrets
though.
hidden under these masks. His face doesn't ring a bell. I'm a bit disappointed. Might have expected more from Lord Mortimer. Mother, if this is your doing, the situation is getting worse and worse. Well, the gate is locked.
Oh, good, I got another Carmelite water, but I really should get going. I'll attend the conference, but I gotta remember how to get out of this damn maze first. Can I open these? No. Because that would simply be too easy. Come on, give me a door or something. Ah. There we go. Now where the heck is the conference? I would gladly attend the conference. Well, not gladly, but you know. I'd attend it if I knew where it was. I do feel like, well, unless it's just, nope, I was gonna say unless it's in here, but it's not.
Monsieur de Richet, you are expected at the conference. Please take the door to your left to join the guests.
Oh, thank you. That was actually good because I had
Golden elixir.
Ah,
Consume without excess.
that actually was nice to be able to find on those because I forgot. So I'm like, wait. I mean, at least I do have 2 royal jellies and a Carmelite water. Well, those chairs do not look comfy at all. Let us sit on stone seats instead of cushions.
Totally wrong, I assure you.
I have suspected it.
Realize that would make sense, but no.
But with respect to any other
Huh? Oh, I'm full of golden elixir.
A Bazant.
I'll sweeten another royal jelly.
Are you quite sure, sir? Is there not a little
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of water.
And he could not help answering her, but she said he seemed quite angry at being spoken to.
But it is not
Do I have both keys?
It is not sound.
Your conjecture is totally wrong.
Oh, I have both keys.
I
Okay.
have suspected it for some time, but now I am convinced.
I have already told her so once.
Oh,
by
I'm-
your desire.
Are you quite sure, sir? Is there not a little mistake somewhere?
Yes, because
There's
she
2
asked
Carmelite
me
waters and
to
4 royal
not
jellies.
help
Okay.
answering her,
And
but she
amber
said she seemed
fragments.
quite angry at being spoken to.
Well, it seems I'm good for items right now.
Your conjecture is totally wrong.
I am astonished.
Amber crystals.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just gonna run around grabbing all the items I can. Oh, I'm full of devil's thorns. Oh, that's. I suppose that's to be expected.
My son, glad you're here. It seems Lord Mortimer's been waiting for you to arrive before beginning. What a pity your mother isn't here for the conference. I
yes.
hope I'll be able to see her before I leave.
Wait, what is his weakness again? Questioning and manipulation, but he's immune to
Still
logic.
have a very important letter to give to her.
Feeling all right, Louis? You look like you're miles away.
Everything's fine. Don't worry.
Lord Mortimer wants to talk to you, Louis. Don't make him wait.
Indeed, I rather believe he did. I had some.
I don't know if you ever found what you were looking for in the garden, but Mortimer is waiting for you. I suggest you get a move on.
You say it as if you were afraid of him.
Wait, what does it say about him? I mean, is he... Hang on. Etiquette, oh, he's weak to psychology, well, that's alright then.
I sense that you have things you'd like to say, but something's holding you back. What is going on between you two?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I believed in him. I followed him to the
Okay.
best of my ability. I championed his ideas, defended his decisions, and then, without even realizing it, I became lost. The siren's song, Monsieur de Richet. You wake up one morning, not knowing where you are, and you think about everything you've done for a man who wasn't even worth it. For a man who has no respect for you, who uses you, and who drops you as soon as he no longer needs you. For me, it's too late now. But you still have a choice.
Oh,
Don't
damn.
respond to his call, sir.
I am astonished.
Your conjecture is totally wrong.
Well then.
I have suspected.
Good evening.
Trying to remember what this is. Oh, it's a version. And well, I don't know what Cadorius is.
Gentlemen, are we ready? The much-awaited conference is about to begin?
That is what we have all been waiting for.
I believe that Lord
Oh, yes.
Mortimer wishes to speak to you before it begins. You should go and see him. Are you quite sure, sir? Is there not a little mistake somewhere?
Yes, because she
Hello.
told him at last, and he could not help
Another
answering
Carmelite
when she
water.
said he seemed quite angry.
Oh, I am going to need every single one of these items, aren't I?
Your plan is a good one.
Huh?
By all that I have ever read, I'm convinced that it is very good.
Full double thorn, full elixir.
Certainly, sir. Allowing the case, however.
Oh, I see.
Louis, I've been expecting you. Thank you for joining us.
I
We're
guess
about
this is
to
about
begin
the
our
murder.
conference. Let me explain what is at stake.
Thank you
Okay.
kindly. But what do you expect of me exactly? My mother's the one who's supposed to attend, not me.
That is indeed what was initially intended. Unfortunately,
Oh, yes.
she still hasn't been found, and my guests can't stay here indefinitely. The conference must begin, and it would be truly beneficial to the Order to join in the project. Consequently, I would like you to replace her during her absence. What is at stake here is of the utmost importance.
It's important that the French Order gets their say. And should you need any advice, don't worry. You are not alone, Louis.
Very well. Can you give me a brief explanation of the aim of it all?
Of course, Louis, I was coming to that. The aim of these meetings is to bring together the most influential people in order to think together about the future.
But the future of who?
Of the world, Louis.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random
Right.
hazards
Because
of
that
history.
can't possibly go wrong.
In concrete terms, how do you organize your discussions?
A conference is always organized the same way. There are two masters of ceremony
Him and
who
Holmes, right?
determine an important subject.
You and Sir Gregory, I presume.
Yeah.
Exactly. We shall be the masters of ceremony. It was our obligation to each bring to the table several guests in order to debate a subject. Once the debate is closed, a decision will be made by a vote of all the participants.
By a unanimous vote. If the project is not agreed on by all, then it will be rejected.
And neither of the two masters of ceremony have the right to vote.
It's up to the guests alone to decide, Louis. In
Well
other
then.
words, us.
Gregory and myself are merely the go-betweens. Finally, if the project is validated, each guest goes home and starts working to make it happen.
Right,
It
right.
can take years.
Of course it can take years.
How long have you been active?
Oh, this tradition has more or less always existed, Louis. It has continued from generation to generation.
Do you often hold this kind of society dinner?
In general, once a year, but in actual fact, it tends to be events that dictate our gatherings.
Can you give me an example of an event that was decided here before being implemented in the outside world?
Well, take the French Revolution. It was decided right here 2 years before its implementation in France.
Concerning the case of the French Revolution, I wasn't invited. But as far as the American Revolution is concerned, Louis, I can testify that we planned it 5 years before implementing it, for example.
5 years? Well, I mean, guess considering, you know, what it was.
Louis, let me keep you a moment.
Oh, okay.
I would like to let you in on a secret before we begin, because I'm going to need your assistance. You see, the project I'm going to present concerns the territory of Louisiana in North America. It's
Oh, I
currently
see, 'cause
Spanish
it's
territory,
right.
and I'm going to make the proposition to the Assembly for it to become French. My idea is to increase the territory of the United States. The first stone of this vast project consists of getting Spain to cede Louisiana to France. Once it becomes French, France will hand it over to the United States, which will then allow them to double the size of their territory. And that's where you come in. France and the United States, hand in hand.
I don't know how.
Illuminating the world.
With how the states are now.
But why spread it over 2 phases? Why not announce the overall project immediately?
Unfortunately, if Spain were to hear that the intention of all this is to allow the United States to grow, they would never sign. Manuel Godoy is perfectly aware of President Washington's appetite. If the United States took Louisiana, Godoy would know full well that he will have lost the entire North
I hate to
American
break it
continent.
to him, but they're kind of
Things
going
must take
to.
place in several stages. Otherwise, the change will be too brutal, and he will have no choice but to reject the project. Take a look at them. Apart from President Washington, they all belong to monarchies. Do you really think they won't resist? Of course they'll fight, fearful as they are of losing their precious privileges. But the world needs visionaries.
I mean,
like
he's
you,
not wrong.
like your mother. It's a pity Sarah isn't here to see it. She only knew about a tiny part of the project. I hope I can count on you, Louis. It's time to start now. I must ask you to keep it to yourself for the time being. Take a seat, follow the discussions. We'll have an opportunity to catch up later, and you'll be able to let me know your thoughts.
Alright, but if I have to pause through this, I will.
Suppose we get started.
If I think something comes up and I'm not going, that'll stop me from being able
First
to
of all, I would like to
pause
thank
later.
you
Then
for taking the time to come.
The honor is ours,
you know.
my lord.
As per our custom, here we are all together to discuss the face of tomorrow's world. Even though there may be certain tensions between our nations, I must ask you to keep an open mind. As Sarah de Richet is unable to be among us, please welcome Louis de Richet, who will represent the Golden Order and will vote on its behalf when the time comes.
Welcome among us, Louis.
Welcome, Monsieur. I hope he'll be more effective than his mother regarding the protection of the King of France. The Order has proved particularly inefficient.
Come, Manuel, you're not going to spoil our visit. The Order's mission was not to protect King Louis XVI, as far as I am aware.
We are talking about the King of Divine Blood, for goodness sake. It seemed obvious
and much
to
of that
me
divine
he
blood
needed
was
protecting.
spilled when his head fell
If
off.
the Golden Order wants to pride itself on being an influential
laugh over that.
organization, it should have kept him alive.
Thank you all. I am honored to be among you today. I will strive to represent the interests of the Order as best I can.
Perhaps we may begin, Lord Mortimer.
Certainly. I have a dream that our nations will continue to support each other, more now than ever before. A dream that, for the sake of common good, we will do what it takes to ensure stability in the modern world. I have a dream
Well, that would be nice.
that we shall lead by example and ensure that the American territory may remain in peace.
Thank you for the thought, Lord Mortimer, but I don't see where you're leading.
I'm coming to it, Mr. President. I
Hold
need
your
not
horses.
remind you that North America is currently divided between the United States on the east coast and Spain, which occupies the remaining
Canada
2/3
exists.
of the continent. Well, I propose that Spain
I mean,
cede
granted,
the
it's
center of the
New
continent
France
to
at this point
France,
in time because
namely
Britain hasn't taken
all
it
of
over.
Louisiana.
But it is still a French colony.
Well, it is not for sale. Lord Mortimer, I sincerely hope I have not come all this way just to hear you ramble on about what Spain should and should not do. When we went to all the trouble of gaining the territory a few years ago, it was not just to lose it today. Have I made myself clear?
What did I tell you, William? You speak of union, and yet here you are, about to tear us apart.
Duke Manuel, I perfectly understand you. But rest assured, you will soon adore my proposition. You shall see.
Well, since you give me the choice, my good fellow, Allow me to doubt it. However, I am impatient to hear what Spain could possibly gain from the sale of Louisiana.
I never spoke of a sale, my good fellow.
What? But I do not understand.
We're simply going to
There
take
is
it.
one more territory left to conquer, if I'm not mistaken, in the northwest. It is, of course, occupied by your notorious Indians, but...
We shall soon be rid of the savages, so that is not the question.
Duke, these savages, as you call them, were there before you. They are on their homeland.
As much as the black people of Africa, Monsieur de Richet.
Well,
that
yes,
does not
as much
stop
as
your
those
dear
people.
France from massacring them and sending them like cattle to Mr. Washington's cotton plantations to provide him with cheap labor. So
Well,
you
okay,
keep your
he
morals
does.
to yourself.
He does have them there.
Senor, I would not like to be associated with that. The subject of black slaves in the United States of America is a complex subject, which we shall resolve at a future date.
Wait, the filthy swine.
It
Sure.
obviously doesn't stop you from sleeping at night.
Not in the least. Do not imagine I have anything against the American Indians or the blacks. That is not the question. But business is business. It is the natural order of things, Monsieur de Richet. There have always been men who got
Wait, what was his etiquette? Oh.
other men. That is simply the way it is.
Man, it might as well be the likes of you who rule. Is that right?
But of course.
Come now, my friends. Let us not digress. Anyway, these primitive people have no souls, Louis.
Wow.
We bring the good word to them in order to save them. You'll see. Colonization brings with it many benefits.
It's not really a good
too.
way to spin that.
Excuse me, if you don't mind, Your Eminence, I shall continue. Duke Manuel, I believe that Spain should cede Louisiana to France free of charge.
This is utterly grotesque, Lord Mortimer. What a
I mean,
strange
it is.
example you set for your young protege. Isn't that so, Monsieur de Richet? Do you understand anything of this proposition?
It'll protect you from the British, it'll protect you from the Americans. Right.
If I were you, Senor Godoy, I would think twice before stirring up a scandal.
I beg your pardon?
Given the size of your colonies, you won't be able to keep them for long. A number of countries are eyeing them as we speak. The United States would have no trouble taking them. For all intents and purposes, you have no army in place. By wanting to keep everything, you risk losing it all, especially your colonies in South America, which are far more valuable to you.
That is indeed the danger, Duke Manuel. If it comes to war over Louisiana, you will lose. And probably a good deal more than you now imagine.
Young man, you are indeed a dark horse, aren't you?
I must say, William, I find your project mostly disfavors me. I thought you were my friend.
And I am, Mr. President. That is why I'm doing everything in my power to calm your expansionist fervor. France, in Louisiana, should persuade you not to attempt anything to take the territory by force. Louisiana is a vast wetland where you would needlessly lose most of your troops.
This guy
It
is
would
good.
weaken you and offer certain nations the perfect opportunity to take back your famous United States. I am protecting you from yourself, George. Trust me.
I understand. But with friends like you, sir, I certainly don't need any more enemies.
Well,
I hope
he's
you
not
know
wrong.
what you're doing.
Oh, he does all too well.
Am I imagining things, or does it look like Washington isn't aware of Mortimer's plan?
Not to put too fine a point on it, Lord Mortimer, but I doubt the Holy
think he's
See
not.
would be in favor of Catholic Louisiana being handed over to secular revolutionaries and king killers.
I should think Monsieur de Richet has an opinion on this subject, does he not?
Your Eminence, have no fear over that. I am sure France will do everything in its power to protect the Christians of Louisiana.
My young friend, how can you come out with such a remark after the discussion we had on the evening of your arrival? If France was so respectful of worship, it would not be bleeding priests as it is doing at this very moment in time. Don't be naive.
Don't be naive. Well. I did not realize he had 2 immunities. Well. Wait, what was the other one option?
This is
Oh well,
politics.
whatever.
The Holy See must be concerned at seeing such a large territory falling into the hands of the French. Mi auguro che insegnerete l'educazione a questo giovanotto presuntuoso, Sir Gregory.
Oh.
I hope that you will teach this pretentious young man some manners, Sir Gregory. It looks like I won't be just making friends here.
In any case, my lord, I doubt the English crown will agree.
Ich versichere Ihnen, Emily, nie Preußen wird diese Vereinbarung
Can I try and do
akzeptieren.
one for this one too?
I assure you, Emily, the Prussian will never accept this agreement. Volner looks like he's set on ruining Mortimer's plan.
Duchess, I am persuaded that we shall find a common ground.
That's enough, William. These are grave times. We don't care about the fate of Louisiana. That worthless expanse of putrid swamps interests no one
Thought
but
you were just
yourself.
supposed to be a
Speak
middleman.
for yourself, my friend.
Hold on there, Mr. Royal Gigolo. Lower the volume, and let Sir Gregory finish.
Okay, that is actually kind of funny.
Home, Godoy, and now Volner? Mortimer's adversaries are ready to tear each other to pieces, and he takes a malicious pleasure in watching it happen.
How dare you!
Gentlemen, let us try to remain calm.
There you are, William. See where your projects have taken us, as per usual. Chaos! That's enough. I'm tired. We shall continue this discussion tomorrow, but please be aware that your project will never be ratified. Those who are opposed to this project, follow me.
Well then.
Are you coming with us, Monsieur de Richet?
Come, Gregory, I think Louis would rather stay. Wouldn't you, Louis?
Let's see. If I stay with him, then I'll be helping Washington. But I don't want to make a lot of enemies. Can I pause to think this over? Now Peru did warn me, but they're less united. But I'd be upsetting Washington. But I really don't like home though. But Mortimer is absolutely up to something. So it might be good to be on his good side, but might also get tricked and roped into things. But Holmes up to something too, and he's really a piece of shit. So... But Emily did let me in on her secret, so I think I can at least trust her in that sense. Which is probably more than I can say for Washington and Mortimer. Prue, I think, is just fucking done with all of this.
At the risk of displeasing you, my lord, I'd rather follow Sir Gregory. I don't think this is a place for the Order.
Louis? No.
Let him go, Mr. President. Everyone is free to choose.
I mean, well, I've fucked up everything anyway. So I may as well keep with it. I suppose. Yeah. I'm sure I'll come to regret this.